Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Learn BMX Racing. This episode is going to explain these number plates. These are a few of the number plates that I've run on my bike over the past few years of racing. And when you go to BMX track, you may see a lot of different color combinations on number plates. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with special competitions or series in other sports, right? In everything from baseball to bowling to sailboats, you can have different sets of competitions. You may have a district championship, a state championship, a regional championship, a national championship. You may have a special, Silver Cup race, or maybe an All-Valley championship. Now, BMX is just the same. In BMX, riders can choose to compete in various qualification races and championships, which are designated by different number plate colors. So, the colors that you see on number plates indicate what series that rider competed in, and the number indicates how they ranked in that series.
Here are all the colors currently used in BMX racing and the type of race those colors signify. In your first year of racing, your number will be the last 3 digits of your USA BMX member number. And once you start racing your local track, you will automatically earn a district number for the following year, which is based upon the number of points you have accumulated at your local tracks. You can also choose to compete in state races or a series called Gold Cup. If you participate in the state races, you will be invited to a special annual race called the Race of Champions. And finally, there are also categories for your national age group and an overall national race. Here you can see a few riders from some tracks in California and their number plate rankings. Now you may notice there are multiple Gold Cup 3 plates, but that is because these kids are all in different age categories. So they are ranked 3rd in their age bracket of Gold Cup. That is why you see multiple plates with the same number and color.
As a side note of history for you, did you know that most modern flags and road signs are designed to follow rules of color combinations established centuries ago from medieval coats of arms? Now, the artistry of drawing and establishing these guidelines was known as heraldry, and the whole point of flags and coats of arms painted upon shields was to quickly identify friend from foe on the battlefield. When you were preparing to fire an arrow at someone who's 600 feet away, you had to make sure this person holding that shield was, your enemy, not your ally. So the color contrasts used in medieval heraldry are so effective that hundreds of years later, the same rules apply to modern road signs and even our BMX number plates.
I don't want to turn this into an essay on medieval heraldry, but the basics work kind of like this. On shield devices, all heraldic designs use a number of primary colors known as tinctures. Now, these tinctures are divided into 2 main groups called metals and colors. There are 2 metals and 5 colors. The metals are gold or yellow, and in heraldic terms it is called ore. There's also silver or white, which is known as argent. And then among the colors we have purple, which is purpure, blue, which is azure, green, which is vert, red, which is gules, and black, which is called sable. Now, one of the most basic and important rules regarding tinctures in heraldic design is to never overlap colors on colors or metals on metals. You can only place the metal of white or yellow on a color background, or you can put colors on metal backgrounds. But you can't put a metal atop a metal or a color atop a color because the human eye has a difficult time seeing the contrast between these color combinations from a distance. Now again, if you look at heraldic shields from the Middle Ages, they all follow these rules. And modern street signs also follow heraldic rules.
You will notice that with the exception of the nag plate, because gray is not a heraldic color, all BMX plates follow the rules of medieval heraldry. Metals on colors or colors on metals. And again, the reason that BMX number plates follow the color contrast rules of medieval heraldry is so the people scoring the race have an easy time reading and identifying the numbers of riders as they zoom across the finish line. Now, over time, most riders tend to keep their old number plates. It's just a nice memento to keep track of your progression and your former rankings in the sport. But, you know, when you look back at your old number plates, never forget that your good old days are happening right now.